What do y'all think about Rick Ross and all of the women that he's dealing with on a regular basis? Any
I don't know
comments?
anything about it.
No, I ain't hit.
Don't
Yeah,
worry, I'm gonna give
the
y'all a
women.
little bit. I'm gonna give y'all some some visual references. All right, so we'll go here. First of all, ex-girlfriend Christina Mackey. I don't know if y'all know who she is or remember y'all. She's a really, really pretty chick. Really pretty chick. She goes on the internet on New Year's, and this is what she has to say. Obviously, a lot of us know that she was dating Ross, and then eventually he dropped her. And she was going back and forth with the baby mama chick that's kind of famous now. But this is what she on right now going into the new year.
A guy that doesn't really give two shits about me. Let's just say it how it is. I date men that don't give a f- They like how I look. And that's done. I like how I look too. So I'm gonna take me on some dates and I'm gonna just do me. 2025, I promise you. I know it's easier said than done. And then a distraction comes, the devil sends a little distraction, but I don't care who you are. I don't care. I'm excited to date me. I'm so excited to date me. I give myself butterflies. I pray with me. Like I'm that girl. So I'm not saying this to put you down in any way, anybody that might be watching this. I'm just saying this, give yourself a shot. See what it's like to go ball out on yourself. I'm gonna work out with me. I'm gonna take me on coffee dates. So if you hear me say that I'm on a date tonight, it's with me. All you can eat sushi with me. Steakhouse with me. First class flight with me. Okay?
So, first of all, what do y'all think about women that say in 2025 I'm gonna do me and new year, new me. I only want to take myself out, all of that type of stuff. What is y'all general sentiment about women that speak like this?
How long is she gonna be able to do that on her own accord though? Is she gonna
What do you mean by her on the course, Lenny?
is this gonna be Rick Ross money or is this her money?
Oh no, Ross already broke up with her,
Oh, for real?
and she was saying that she date guys that um only care about her looks, or they don't necessarily care about her, the person. They only care about her looks.
Is she intelligent? Is she an airhead or what's going on with her? Like, why is dudes dipping on her?
What
I
does
don't
that
know if
mean?
we really care if she intelligent or not, though.
What does that mean if she's intelligent? What do you mean by that?
I said, why are dudes dipping on her?
You said she
Well, I
intelligent.
know Ross in particular. I mean, eventually he broke up with her. Maybe he just got tired of her or whatever. But she was the new
Yeah,
thing for him at the time.
she sounded hurt. She sounded hurt, you know. She's like she's saying dudes only get with her for her looks. And then she's saying I'm just gonna date me and I'm gonna do me, and she sounds hurt. So I'm trying to figure out exactly like why dudes bouncing on her. You know, like well, Rick Ross in particular, because she don't seem like she a bad looking chick. I didn't really hear no foolishness come from her except the fact that you don't gotta state all the places you going by yourself. Like
Yeah.
that was kind of weird. Like she like, oh, I'm gonna go steakhouse on me.
Do y'all think
I
that?
think that's good.
Hold on, let me ask this question. Let me remix it now that Sonny is saying, and then you can jump in, Carrie or whoever. Do y'all think that is kind of a curse for super pretty women, or women that physically, aesthetically is really, really at the top? Do y'all kind of think that it's a curse for those type of women because a lot of guys ain't necessarily checking for them as a person, and they only checking for what they look like?
I think if you have pretty privilege, you haven't been forced like throughout life, like to work for anything. So that's
Mm.
all that. So more
Yeah.
times than not, you really probably don't have anything to offer besides your box and your pretty face type of
Yeah.
thing. You don't have no substance. Like the prettier I've in my anecdotal experience, the hotter a woman is, the worse off her box is, and
This where we start on left.
I'm just saying, like,
Where it
nigga,
starts
you
on
start
left.
getting up with them nines and tens, they ain't it.
Mm.
But yeah, that's all that she has to offer is a pretty face. She doesn't have any substance to her or anything. I'm sure talking to her is like talking to a box of rocks type of thing.
What was you about to say, Carrie?
No, I was saying I thought that was good that she wanted to take the time away to date herself and spend time on herself. But with
What does
regard
that
to
mean? Date yourself, like
literally spend
Do
time
you?
with yourself. Figure out things
so things that she does anytime
things
there's
you
no one else with
enjoy.
her.
Things you enjoy to do. Believe it or not, I think there's a big difference in you going out to eat by yourself versus with somebody else, especially if you've never really done that. If you've never really done a lot of things by yourself, especially if you didn't do it because you don't feel comfortable doing it by yourself, I think
So
that's
people are
important to do.
just muddling throughout the world, not eating by themselves. Like that's a thing.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
So
That's a thing. I mean, it is. Everybody doesn't feel comfortable going to the movies alone, going out to eat alone without picking up your phone and looking like you're talking to somebody. Like that is a thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, some people they got to do shit in groups and be
But
around somebody else.
But I think that she
Kind of
might
strange.
also need to kind of recalibrate. Like maybe she too has been caught up in her own beauty. Like just like all these guys she said are dating her because of how they look. She might also be dating a lot of these guys because of what they have. So
what
she might need
what
to
what
go
ma-
back to the drawing board.
what
And
leads her to think that though? Like what does it look like a man that's just dating you because you're pretty? Like what does that look like? Like how do you come to that conclusion?
He looks like Rick Ross.
No, well, how do you come to that conclusion unless you feel it in yourself?
but that's what I'm saying. She probably did feel it in herself. Like he's clearly with me because I'm good eye candy. You know what I'm saying?
But
She
why would she
probably
think if
knows
she had
that.
more to offer? Why would she think that?
Maybe she needs to go back so that she can make sure that she taps into all of the stuff she has to offer. She might have been playing off of her looks. You know what I'm saying? She probably has been leaning heavily in the fact that she does look good. So when she gets with a guy, that might be all that she's leaning in on. That might have been all of that's what attracted him. That's what he focuses on. And she, for a while, maybe she was cool with it, or maybe she rolled with it, and she doesn't like the results that it's been getting her. So maybe she needs to go get more like go get deeper. She needs to go find herself. So I think it's better that she's deciding to do that than hopping into another relationship or saying I'm gonna go out and do me with a bunch of men. She's like, I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna date myself. I think that's the safest route while she figures herself out.
Molly,
I
why are
think
you
she,
laughing?
because I think she could have kept that off the internet. The way I took it is she was making that message for Rick Ross, hoping he'll see it, hoping that she'll get some attention for it. It's like if you want to date yourself, date yourself. All of this monologue and all of this talking, you clearly want him to see it. You're clearly bothered. And it's like he doesn't care. He's not thinking about you. Go date yourself. Like I don't know. I don't know why women
She's definitely
overshare.
hurt. She's
And
definitely
he
hurt.
doesn't care though. Like women have to understand he doesn't care. The fact that you have to sit there and pour your heart out about how you're going to date yourself on the internet. I'm sure he did not even call you after that. Just go date yourself. Be humble about it. Take your loss in private. I don't get it. I didn't.
Sit
Nobody
down.
cares.
Be humble.
How was the breakup? How did people hear about it? Was it her talking about it, or did Rick
Well, they
Right
have
Ross?
been
now,
talking about.
right now
They
on
have,
After Hours, Anton Daniels After Hours.
no,
That's
they
how we
have
heard
been.
about
So
it.
they have been public. They have been public with their relationship for a long time. You know what I'm saying? You know how, because she is a social media
Yeah.
person, so she had been talking about how she was with him on the
Let me get a
island
raise
or
of
not.
hands on the panel. When did you hear about this breakup?
Today. Just now.
Well, here's the thing. All right, so that happened obviously months ago, but
Yeah, we go
uh,
on.
we go on to a different part, right? So this is the latest chick that he was just with. All right, and this this is what happened.
friends on live want to know when is my launch party for Beauty War.
When is it?
Yeah.
He got to step down.
We just launched. No more than 2 weeks. Because the launch is still long. It's long term. It don't just be popping the first week.
I know. We didn't say you know what we even talking about? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
No,
We
we're
finna
not
go-
putting
we finna-
together a party in 2 weeks.
No, we finna go across the country.
But we have to be able to invite.
Everybody gonna be able to come. It's gonna be in Miami. Y'all gonna be ready to come to Miami? Y'all gonna be ready to come to Miami. It's gonna be some fly. Not only that, it's gonna be some networking. So for all the entrepreneurs who out there on some network, you feel me? We in Dubai. She been celebrating her B-Day, so we ain't really been able to just come up with the date yet. I told her just enjoy her B-Day.
I feel like let's be clear. Let me like preface this before I respond. Like I'm broke, so let's just get that out the way.
Wait, he broke up with her from that video?
Recently after that post,
I was
where
talking.
she was talking about, yo, when we gonna do our launch party for my makeup line. He was saying on the video, like, yeah, we got you. We gonna do B-Day, Miami or whatever, and then he no longer with her, so he rotating him. He got a new
It's
chick.
just something that he does because he's rich.
What you mean?
He just gets girls and spends money on them and make them happy with his money.
He didn't launch her makeup line.
But why was he just lying for some box or something?
Maybe he didn't want to be put on the internet by her.
That's why was she getting on his nerves?
Well, she don't
She
got
was
no
probably
hair.
she was probably the sneaky link exposing a business.
Well, what happened was
He was like,
what the sentiment is that it's a theme now. So they say every time Rick Ross take a chick to Dubai, she wanted up being gone the next time when he get back to the States. But the thing is, they saying that Rick Ross is kind of stingy, and that once the chicks start asking for something, or they say, hey, when we gonna do my makeup line or whatever, that he'll promise them the world, and then eventually he let them go.
Well, he's playing the game how they playing it. He's just a step ahead.
Hey, get the fuck up out of here.
I mean, that's a way to filter them out, I suppose. Yeah.
I ain't doing that. What you doing for yourself? Launch that line.
But they look
yourself,
young.
Well, I mean,
so.
she did look really young.
No. Launch that line yourself, ho. Like, what you doing for you?
Well, or relax. You're in Dubai. Just chill out.
Yeah,
enjoy your birthday.
There you go, Carrie. There you go. See, what happened was she slipped off and got shitted on trying to get that 20,000 so she could launch that line herself, and it didn't work. And she just ended up being a colossal.
Do y'all think that guys that have resources should be more generous towards women that they're with?
It depends on the woman.
What?
Do y'all think that guys that got resources, a lot of resources, should be more generous with the women that they with, the women that they with at the time?
No, not until you marry them.
Even if you got it.
Nope, not till you marry them.
Don't never trick on nobody. Don't trick on nobody except yourself, your wife, and your children. That's it. Fuck that. Fuck that, man. Because later on down the line, they gonna be on internet posting, yeah, I got this from you, I got that from you. And that ain't even really important. It's the fact that
you can't do that if you make them sign the paperwork.
You don't have to do nothing for nobody just because you got something that everybody else don't have. You don't.
They can't do that if you don't make them. If you make them sign the paperwork, they ain't supposed to be talking about that though.
Well, I don't think most people be thinking like, well, I don't know, but
gotta have that folder, Slimmy. Gotta have the folder, bro. Gotta have a folder.
Is it vanilla? Is it the vanilla folder?
No, you just gotta have a folder with the agreement, the confidentiality agreement. you gotta have that folder. If you don't have that folder with you in your book bag, you gotta have a folder in your book bag.
I'm about to have ChatGPT write me one up real quick.
Gotta have that folder. They're not supposed to be talking.
No, that is true. I think people like some people gonna crash out regardless, though. They gonna run their mouth.
He probably knew her makeup line was gonna fail. Like, not if I did not believe in your business, I'm not. I don't care how much money I have.
Yeah.
I ain't probably didn't want to do that shit for her.
Yeah.
Probably
He
didn't want
probably
to do
didn't
that
want
shit
to
for her.
get put on the internet.
Look at what he said. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna meet you on bike." That nigga lives in my. That's where he's from. Like, man, that nigga played the fuck out of her, man. She looking crazy. She stuck on stupid, man. She thought he was about to launch something for her, especially with
Yeah.
that little
she
mama
she knew
jawline.
why she was talking to him though.
I think that Ross just rotate him out. I don't think Ross is ever trying to get married. I don't think that Ross. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I don't see why guys like that didn't have a chick that was necessarily with him shooting in the gym. Once you hit a certain threshold of resources, I don't know why they would be getting married. I don't know why that type of guy would get married.
Yeah, he just.
Does Rick Ross have kids?
Yeah, he
Yep.
got a bunch of kids. Some of them grown.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, I think Rick
Yeah,
Ross would have married that girl that started messing with Meek Mill. He probably would have married her. I think he
Why
liked.
would he though? What's the
I think
point?
he. I think he liked her, and then that
I don't
that
I
kind of
don't
like.
know why a guy that's super rich would, you know what I'm saying, that made it, that had already got it and made it. I don't know why they would be getting married. And like, you know what I'm saying, they don't have the same moral code and values and stuff like that as maybe me or something like that. But I don't know why a guy that have that level of resources would even consider getting rich. What's the point?
Yeah,
Probably
because
wouldn't be one.
you'll end up if you don't have the right paperwork, you in the right state, you end up having a
I
split.
mean, why even put yourself in a position to have to do any paperwork whatsoever?
Yeah. Yep. So don't come down on me for just driving the bus and not wanting to get married and give up my little funds.
I don't even know why a woman would expect for a guy that have that level of resources to marry them. Like they
Because
have
these
to
women
know.
are delusional.
They have to know, Molly, that's not a permanent thing.
They
You
all think
gotta
they're
know that that's not a
special.
permanent thing.
They all think they're special. They think they're the chosen one until they get replaced.
Somebody, Kingmaker in the chat says, no one wants to be alone in old age. They not regular people. You're never gonna be alone when you got that level of resources. What
Yeah,
makes y'all think
man.
that anybody that is that rich is ever going to be alone?
See, this is the thing. I don't think people really realize like what alone really is.
Correct. I
Like
agree.
that. I don't think you realize what alone really is. And I'm nowhere near where Rick Ross is at. And I do not ever have to spend one moment by myself. Ever.
Mhm.
Ever. It's always somebody that's willing to do something. It's always somebody that's willing to kick it. It's always somebody that's planning something. They got something going on, and they'll invite you, and shit is dope. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have time for this shit though.
Yeah.
So it's to being alone is really a choice. It's really a choice. Like honestly, because it's always something to do if you know the right people. Always, and it's always something fun. It ain't even gotta cost you a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. People die at old age because of choice. It's usually maybe because they're a shitty person, one, or two, they just want to be by themselves.
If
They
I'm living my whole life, if I live, let's say I live to be 80, 90, let's say I live to be, you know what I'm saying, 89 years old, 85 years old, something like that, hypothetically speaking. And if y'all telling me that I got to sacrifice 80 years of my life just to not die alone, that sounds crazy to me. Like it sounds crazy that people would endure through some of the stuff that they endure through just to have somebody by their bedside when they die.
Well, I
let,
think you would
let
like
me
to
go.
find somebody who you would enjoy spending those 80 years with.
Well, I'm not talking about me in particular, but I'm just saying in a general sense, I don't think that most people enjoy the circumstances that they in with the people that they with. I don't believe that most people, based off of the coaching calls that I be doing and the stuff that I hear on the internet, I don't think that when I hear a guy say happy wife, happy life, that means he making a sacrifice. That means he making a sacrifice for whatever it is, whether it be his kids, whether it be because he don't want to lose or whatever. That sounds crazy to me. Fuck it, let me go. I ain't about to suffer through no. Listen, I'm not suffering through no relationship. That sounds crazy to me. You rich, you got to suffer through a relationship for what? Just let me die. Fuck it. Let me meet my maker. I'm good. I lived a phenomenal life. I'm good. So I don't know. I don't understand it.